What is Bitcoin? Hello millionaires and welcome to the Millionaires Club. Bitcoin is the first ever created decentralized digital currency. This means it isn't controlled by any country or financial institution. Bitcoins are digital coins you can send and store on the internet, and they have many advantages. The essence of Bitcoin is that they work on a peer-to-peer network. They are sent from one person to another via the net without going through a bank or regulatory firm. This means that the fees are much lower and that your account cannot be frozen. Also, there are no prerequisites or arbitrary limits. You can use Bitcoin for virtually anything you'd wish. Bitcoin was invented by Satoshi Nakamoto, a Japanese figure or entity, or some even speculate a group of people, back in 2008. No one really knows the reasons involving the creation of this coin, but there is no doubt that it has been a great improvement on the way many services work nowadays. Bitcoin can be considered a proof of concept to blockchain, a technology that today in 2020 has been adopted by many other industries, such as hospitals and pharmaceutical companies, and by governments for simple things such as ensure the veracity of votes during the elections. Let's take a look at how it works. Bitcoins are generated all over the internet by anybody running the app called the Bitcoin miner. Bitcoins are mined in blocks, and each block has a different predetermined difficulty to be mined. Bitcoins are always created at a predictable and limited rate. There only exists 21 million Bitcoins in total, and they will be mined till 2140. But 98% of all the Bitcoins in the world will be mined by the year 2030. This brings us to talk about the halvings. New Bitcoins are issued by the Bitcoin network every 10 minutes. For the first 4 years of Bitcoin existence, the amount of new Bitcoins issued every 10 minutes was 50. Every 4 years, this number is cut in half. The day these halves occur is called a halving or halvening. In 2012, the amount of new Bitcoins issued every 10 minutes dropped from 50 Bitcoins to 25. In 2016, it dropped from 25 to 12.5. Now, 2020 halving, it will drop from 12.5 to 6.25. The halving decreases the amount of new Bitcoins generated per block every 10 minutes. This means the supply of new coins is lower, which in normal markets, lower supply with a steady demand usually leads to higher prices. Since the halving reduces the supply of new Bitcoins and the demand usually remains steady, the halving has usually preceded some of the Bitcoin's largest runs. With this being said, now it would be the best time for me, you, and all of us here on Millionaires Club to invest into Bitcoins. But how do you do that? Us here on Millionaires Club use Coinbase. It is a platform that lets you easily cash in and cash out from your account and trade Bitcoin with many other altcoins, such as Ethereum, a very interesting asset that we will discuss in another video. You must be asking yourself, after I buy my Bitcoins, where can I keep them? It is very similar to the way online banking works. After you send a transaction, an anonymous electrical signal is added to your transaction, and after a few minutes this transaction is verified by a miner on the network and permanently but anonymously stored on the same network. Now let's take a look at some examples where you can use Bitcoins nowadays. You can purchase video games, gifts, books, servers, and even trips. Yes, you can buy entire flights and staying at the luxurious hotels you ever dreamed of just with Bitcoins. You can be wondering, but Bitcoins are worth tens of thousands of dollars. For sure, you don't expect me to buy a gift worth $10,000 for my close friend. And you are right, but what you don't know is that Bitcoin is divided just like dollars or euros are. The equivalent to cents on Bitcoin is named Satoshis, and they can be as small as 8 digits of what would make a Bitcoin. So 0, dot, 7 zeros, and then 1 would be 1 Satoshi. Several currency exchanges already exist where you can trade your Bitcoins for dollars, euros, yens, and much more. Bitcoins are also a great way for small businesses and freelancers to get noticed, since you are touching a new market and a new economy of people who use Bitcoin and they'll pay you on that. If you need any more information about the Bitcoin, feel free to leave your questions down below. Our CEO will personally read and answer every single comment on this video. And for more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a like so that we can get to even more people who do need to know this information. Also follow us on Instagram for daily content, and I'll see you on our next video. Bye.